It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Last of Us on HBO. On this video, we're going to be taking a look at the trailer or preview for the upcoming episode, Season 1, Episode 4, which is called Hold On to My Hand, and I'm going to be breaking it down. This episode marks the introduction of the hunters from the game, and also it's going to be the beginning of this story that's going to lead to two new characters from the game called Sam and Henry. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So this trailer actually starts with this shot of Ellie in the woods. She wakes up, she goes to the kettle, smells it, and it smells pretty bad. So she says later to Joel that it smells like bird shit, and they're obviously in the car. This is the beginning of their road trip, which is awesome. And then we see Joel sipping whatever that drink was that he was making, which is kind of funny. So this is a sort of comedic scene between the two of them. And then we see Ellie giving Joel this stare. And then we have this shot of the truck driving with Joel and Ellie inside of it. Obviously, that's the same truck that they got from Bill at the end of last episode. And in the background, we actually see a bridge and there's a train on it, but obviously it has collapsed and the train is just hanging. So that's a cool little touch that they added, which makes this super awesome. And then we have this shot of a bunch of cars in the middle of the highway. We have the truck there, and then we have Joel getting out of the car to check it out. I'm assuming that this is somehow going to connect to what we saw in the game where they hit some sort of a roadblock and they have to go through the city in order to get through. Now, one change that they're making, obviously in the game, this was in Pittsburgh. This forced Joel and Ellie to go through Pittsburgh, but in the TV adaptation, it's going to be replaced with Kansas City. So Joel and Ellie have to go through Kansas City instead of Pittsburgh. And obviously, when they go through Kansas City, just like when they go through Pittsburgh in the game, they're first going to be ambushed by raiders, which we're going to see in a little bit as well in the TV adaptation. And also later on, they're going to stumble upon Sam and Henry. We have that particular scene that I was talking about. So we have the truck, and then Ellie says, "Stop." We have Joel asking Ellie what's next, to which Ellie replies with, "I'm all turned around." So she's confused about the map. That's what I think she means by that. And then Joel replies with, "Don't look at the state map." What's interesting is that it looks like they're in the middle of some sort of a chaotic moment because Joel is driving fast. So that's super interesting, something to note. But then Ellie replies with a very Ellie response, which is, "It's my second day in a fucking car, man." And then we get the moment that I was talking about earlier where we have the raiders ambushing Joel and Ellie. So one of them is asking for help, but he doesn't actually need help. And then we have Ellie here putting on her seatbelt and then saying, "Are we going to help him?" So I'm assuming Joel probably told her to put on your seatbelt because he's going to be trying to drive away and not get ambushed because he knows what's coming. And then Joel replies with no. So we're not going to help him because he knows exactly what's about to go down. And then we have this scene, just like the video game, where I think someone throws a brick at the car and then that causes them to crash the car. They also go through these nails on the ground, which I don't think was there in the game, so that's something that they added in, but that causes them to crash into a building. And then later on, we see Joe fighting another guy. I'm assuming this is a guy that was with the other guy that we saw. Those are the people that attacked them, that ambushed them. And then we have another scene later on that shows the same alleyway, but Ellie is running away. And then we get the Pittsburgh story from the game. Obviously, they didn't really focus on this in the game when they were in Pittsburgh, but in the TV adaptation, obviously, like I said, it's going to be Kansas City, but they're going to run into a group called the Hunters who were not focused on in the game, but we're going to see them heavily focused on in the TV adaptation. But in this particular scene in the voiceover, someone says, "This has gone too far." and then they say it has to stop. Now, I'm assuming that that's related to the hunters, and it's a couple of people from the hunters crew just talking, maybe their leader, but we also do see this shot of Ellie camping in the woods. And then we have this shot, which is the leader of the hunters. Her name is Kathleen in the show. Now, we didn't see her in the game, obviously, so this is brand new, but she's asking, where is he? And she has a gun pointed to someone's head. I'm assuming that this is some sort of a warning or a threat, and I'm assuming it's going to end with her actually either getting the name of whoever she's looking for or executing this guy or girl that she has the gun pointed to. Who is she looking for? I don't know. It could be related to Sam and Henry, like we could see as a change from the game, a scenario where the hunters are actively searching for Sam and Henry. So maybe this is what that's all about. Obviously, in the game, it was similar sort of situation, but I think they're gonna dive deeper into that story in the TV adaptation. And then we have this shot of hunters trying to break down doors, trying to find someone. I'm assuming they're searching for Sam and Henry. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. And then we have Joel and Ellie hiding out, and I'm assuming that they're surrounded by all of the hunters. Joel says, we'll get through this. Looking at Ellie, he doesn't look too optimistic the way he looks, but Ellie still says, I know. And that's where the trailer ends. A pretty cool, interesting trailer. This next episode looks action packed, and I'm definitely very excited to see what they're gonna do. And the reason why I'm saying it's action packed is because of the stuff related to the hunters. Because I'm assuming we're gonna see some sort of an action sequence when it comes to them, and also the ambush scene has a lot of action elements to it. So this episode will definitely be a lot more action packed than the previous one. Now, one prediction that I'm going to make, I think at the end of this episode, we will get Sam and Henry, but it'll be left as a cliffhanger. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm anticipating. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed this trailer breakdown. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.